a new author. This is the first work of theirs that we get to see, Dr. Balthazar. I gotta say, look at that. Look at that handsome man with a big ass smile. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, this is the first work of theirs that we get to see, and it does look like they wrote a couple SCPs over time. Like there's 12 right here. Very interesting how it's like definitely like from the looks of it, series 5 has the most of their work. Okay, Dr. Balthazar, you wrote a sum greater than its parts. Okay, interesting name. Love this picture right here. That looks pretty. That looks awesome. Where is that? It's a bit of a shame how, like, you know, ships like that are being like left alone and then we cannot use them anymore. Another kettle. Okay, this is our third kettle of today. Speculating procedures. Foundation satellites are to constantly track the movement of SB2467 with analysts and programs predicting the movement of the object, with plans in the Meteorological Bureau to divert traffic from areas likely to be visited by SB2467. In addition to SCPS Sunderland, a fully armed Legend-class cutter will be dispatched to patrol areas where SB2467 is likely to come into contact with other vessels. SCPS Sunderland is to be equipped with a minimum of 2 rigid bottom motor lifeboats to aid in rescue of survivors of encounters with SB2467, along with high-impact naval weaponry to aid in discouraging the object from attacking civilian, merchant, and military vessels. Military vessels. I'm hearing deja vu right now. Okay, absolutely no aircraft is to be deployed in the area of SB2467's area of operation due to the severe weather phenomena associated with it. And here the picture says, archive photo of SB2467 unusually close to the shore in 1995. No photographs of the object's current configuration are available. Where possible, waste dumped by SB2467 is to be collected by Foundation watercraft and taken to the nearest Foundation research site for study. This information campaign is to be run following a boarding and or abduction event. Typical explanation to be provided include user error, sinking via rough seas or rogue waves, mutiny, and pirate encounters. Amnestics are to be administered to any and all survivors and witnesses of SB2467 and its activities. What kind of activities are we talking about here? Is it healthy activities? Are they going outside? Description: SB2467 is a large ocean-going ship approximately 300 meters in length and 45 meters in width, bearing the nameplate DV Toluca. Research personnel have been unable to find any record of a ship matching the Toluca's description that has been registered to any port in the last 138 years. Of note is that components of SB2467 come from a wide variety of other sea craft, including some such as the flying bridge dating back to at least the 1700s, along with various naval weapons which operate autonomously. It primarily travels in deep water and searches for other vessels in an effort to abduct crew and appropriate cargo before leaving the vessel adrift. It's a pirate ship. A ghost pirate ship. Captain Redbeard. What if he actually isn't in the story from Scooby-Doo, Captain Redbeard? That would be hilarious. Weather patterns in a 5-kilometer radius of SB2467 consistently display adverse and at times violent conditions, regardless of and often in direct contrast to the given ocean state at the time. Observation has shown near constant moderate rainstorms and thick fog in the area surrounding SB2467, accompanied by moderate to strong winds and slightly rough waters. In addition to the rain, wind, and fog detailed above, winds have been known to reach speeds of over 125 km per hour, and waves reaching an average peak height of 25 meters when attempting to disable another ship. That is 25 meters high waves is pretty big. That's pretty big. It should be noted that there are outliers such as 42 meter such as a 42 meter high wave occurring on February 20th, 1958. And meter has a footnote saying, believed to have been a combination of SB2467's weather altering effect and the rough sea state at the time. And 1958 has a footnote that says, come on, This is the only instance of SB2467 successfully bringing down a low-flying aircraft. Damn. Whirlpools of varying severity have been also spotted appearing in both wake of SB2467 on multiple occasions. SB2467 is operated by a maintenance crew corresponding to approximately 75 individuals abducted from other vessels encountered by the object. Observance has shown that those on board SB2467 tend to adapt to the stress of the abduction and behave in a manner described as cheerful within a short time frame following abduction. No! No! You can't take me! You will never take me! You come with us, come on! No, please, no! This place rocks! That's how I imagine. Like, immediately the moment they land on it, they're just looking around like, wow. Groovy. This is believed to be a form of mind-affecting anomaly as shown by any person coming into contact or close. She wants a silver plushie. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Plushies. Bam. This is believed to be a form of mind-affecting anomaly as shown by any person coming into contact or close proximity with SB2467 for an extended period of time, 3 to 10 days depending on the individual. Okay, so it's not instant. Coming to believe that SB2467 is correct in its actions and will gain a strong desire or obsession towards aiding it however possible. I will get more people for you, don't you worry. Gradually, this causes a degenerative condition in the brain of the person to the point where the individual loses any semblance of independent thought of approximately 4 to 5 months after initial contact. Ooh. I'm just your puppet. I'll do whatever you ask of me to do. Think for yourself. I cannot do that. Impossible. Roughly every 40 days, SB2467 dumps a large amount of waste bundled into a net out of a rear port in the ship. Waste materials tend to be composed of damaged or worn ship components and tools, along with food scraps, empty bottles, clothing, scrap metals, fuel waste, and human cadavers. And here we have a picture that shows Japanese fishing vessel Rio Unmaru following a boarding by SB2467. Ooh. Damn. They got heavily screwed over by that one, huh? Hopefully, they're having a good time on the new ship. Addendum 1. Following incident 12, Foundation personnel recovering waste materials deposited by SB2467 are to work in teams of 6, with a minimum of 2 persons to monitor the water for approaching sharks and other marine carnivores. Presumably attracted towards SB2467 due to its frequent dumping of edible material and cadavers. Ah, great, you also dump stuff in the water? Don't you have enough? Addendum 2. Known vessels currently incorporated into SB2467. Various sections of SB2467 have not yet been matched with known watercraft. Given that a ghost ship is typically discovered once every 2 years, efforts are being made to determine just how many of these can be attributed to SB2467. Vessel name, description, they reported missing/recovered, explanation of disappearance, and parts integrated into SB2467. So we have Toluca, 16th century ship of the line, 27th 10th 1745, commandeered and presumably sunk by pirates. And then we have Flying Bridge, 20 cannons. SV Seabird, merchant brig, 8th, 2nd, 1750. Crew taken by pirates. Anchor various timbers. It's the opposite of ship of Theseus. Although no, no, it is the opposite of ship of Theseus because. Or is it not the opposite? No, it's probably not the opposite. If I recall correctly, ship of Theseus is like. Is it about an object that has all of its original components replaced remains the same object? Yeah, because like yeah, okay. So I'm thinking of the same thing here then. HMS Hughes, 22 gun privateer brig, yeah. 14th, 4th, 1806, lost at sea, 7 cannons. Because like it's like, well, the ship of Theseus is like fully replacing, while this one seems to just be adding. So it's not completely the same. HMS Juno, 26 gun frigate, 12th, 3rd, 1880, sunk by a rogue wave, 3 cannons, sails. This thing is becoming the most like decked out ship ever. SS Varta, 150 meter steel ship, steamship. 26 7th 1909, sunk in a storm, 2 masts and hull. U-52 German armed submarine, 20th 2nd 1940, destroyed in a naval minefield, hull section, torpedoes. A ship of torpedoes? Damn. Roma, Italian battleship, 20th 9th 1943, sunk in a naval battle, whole sections, bridge and structural components, various guns. MS München, last career, 1912th 1978, sunk by rogue wave, whole sections and cranes. MV Derbyshire, oil carrier, 9th 1980, sunk in a typhoon, hull. SS Admiral Nakimov, ocean liner, 20th 2nd 1989, collided with another vessel, bow funnels. F/V Andrea Gale, fishing vessel, 28th 10th 1991, sunk in 1991 hurricane, hull sections. USS Eldridge, cannon and class destroyer, 11th 1999, sold for scrap, whole section, 3 times MK 2250 caliber guns, 2 times 40 millimeter MK1 AA guns, 8 times 22 millimeter MK4A cannons, and 3 times 530 millimeter torpedo tubes. Cass 2nd, or Cass 2, 9 meter yacht, 18th 4th 2007, pilot error, glass. And then we have the last one, Sakapis P-77 guided missile destroyer, 24th 9th 2011, decommissioned, 76 millimeter gun, 40 millimeter gun, 4 times M38 exocet launchers and whole sections. Addendum 3. Recent observation has shown a whole section identified as having originated on the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, which disappeared on Lake Superior on November 10th, 1975. Investigation into how SCP-2467 reached the Edmund Fitzgerald despite its location in an inland lake is ongoing. Clearance. Number 3. Document 1. Okay, document 1. In an effort to better understand SCP-2467, particularly effects and any notable events occurring on board the vessel, 4 D-class personnel trained in sailing D1-4 were provided with a small 9-meter yacht launched. That must be this one, the Cars. Launched from the SCP-S Sunderland and given orders to sail north of the SCP-S Sunderland, tailing them at a distance of 7 kilometers with the intention of them being boarded and abducted by SCP-2467 to observe the activities of SCP-2467 and its effects on those aboard. Yacht has a footnote. Okay, so dubbed the SCP as Toyota. So it's not this one. It's not this one. Okay. It's not the Class 2. Each D-Class was fitted with a helmet-mounted waterproof video camera equipped with a flotation device and an external battery pack, rendering it capable of recording uninterrupted for up to 3 months. Footage captured was streamed directly to the SCPS Sunderland's observational department. Note: due to the length of this test, extraneous and inconsequential events and details have been redacted for brevity. Good. Okay, here we go. 12/10/2000, 10:25 a.m. SCPS Torita is successfully launched from the Sunderland and proceeds north. Progress in Test 1 continues without incident or notable activity for 5 days. Okay, then here at the looks like it's all the 17/10/2000, but time is different, so we start at 2:29 a.m. Both the SCPS Torita and SCPS Sunderland make visual contact with SCP-2467 to the northwest. 2 minutes later, strong westerly storm is manifested by SCP-2467. Waves of an average 4.5 to 6 meters and wind speeds of approximately 55 kilometers are recorded. Fog rolls in, reducing visibility to roughly 15 meters. SCP-2467 sounds its fog horn, and D-Class cameras show blue light at the location of the vessel. D4 deploys fenders. 8 minutes later, SCP-2467 approaches the SPS Torita. Upon sight of SCP-2467's weaponry, D1 turns the vessel 180 and attempts to retreat from SCP-2467. But wasn't your quest to get captured? 1 minute later, SCPS Torita ordered to turn and approach SCP-2467. D1 fails to comply. Same minute, SCP-2467 fires harpoons at SCPS Torita, fatally injuring D2 and drawing the Torita to its hull. A boarding party consisting of 5 crew boards the Torita and attempt to abduct the surviving D-Class personnel, resulting in the termination of D1, D4, and one unidentified male from the boarding party. Then 8 minutes later, D3 boards SCP-2467, is handed a chisel by an unidentified crew member, and told to scrape rust from some panels under the threat of physical violence. D3 complies. And then we have 22 minutes later, SCPS Underland successfully recovers the SCPS Torita with no parts aside from supplies taken by SCP-2467, leading Foundation personnel to believe it had recently boarded and cannibalized parts from another as yet unknown vessels. Of the event of the 17/10/2000, all recorded events are entirely documented by D3's camera. 23/10/2000, 4:50 p.m. Video feed shows D3 is displaying signs of distress and pushing a trolley loaded with basic rations to crew members of SCP-2467. All crew, with the exception of D3, are audibly humming an unidentified tune in unison. 30/10/2000, 11:23 p.m. Video feed shows D3 still displaying signs of distress, hauling in a fishing net with 3 other crew members, and as yet unheard voice hereby referred to as -1, seeming to come from the flying bridge under the crew member Worthington, to be brought to the flying bridge. 4 crew members apprehend a young male crew member and escort him to the flying bridge, which has the door open. Footnote: this is the first of only 2 times this door has been recorded open. The door to the flying bridge closes after Worthington is deposited inside. Vocalization of the stress produced from the flying bridge are audible for the following 7 days. Ugh. That's not fun. 21/11/2000, 6:55 a.m. Video shows D3 swabbing the port side deck, showing a lower level of distress. A lighthouse on the coast of comes into view, seemingly prompting SCP-2467 to adjust its course and head into more open waters. Okay. 30th 11th 2012, 47 AM. Video feed shows that D3 is still showing distress, but is no longer requiring guidance by other crew in undertaking tasks on the ship. D3 is securing hatches on the deck when a crew member looks to the starboard bow, spotting a fishing ship identified as the Grendel. Entire crew safe for D3 gather on the deck, equipped with grappling lines and ladders, as SCP-2467 is seen to produce a very large plume of what appears to be black smoke from one of its funnels. Smoke enters the cloud cover above, producing a meteorological reaction. Heavy rain, waves up to 3 meters in height, and wind reaches 70 kilometers per hour are recorded. Crew of the Grendel seen to request assistance from SCP-2467. Both crews work together to secure the Grendel to SCP-2467, followed by the 6 members of the Grendel being coerced onto SCP-2467 under the pretense of weathering the storm. 30th 11th 2000. Oh yeah, this is okay. 1:15 p.m. So roughly an hour. No, how, like half an hour later, maybe. A crew member belongs to SCP-2467 is seen to produce a diving knife and fatally assault the captain of the Grendel. Footnote of the Grendel, identified as Mrs. Remaining crew members are escorted down into a lower deck as D3 and 3 other SCP-2467 crew descend ladder onto the Grendel and salvage food, water, fuel, timbers, and a segment of the hull, requiring a crane to lift onto SCP-2467's deck. 9/12/2000, 3:22 p.m. Video shows that D3 is showing minimal signs of distress, laughing at an anecdote told by one of SCP-2467's crew as she sweeps the deck. D3 then hands her broom to another crew member and approaches a captive crew member of the Grendel and addresses them as they work, leading to a brief dialogue transcript as follows. And another footnote with the Grendel, identified as Mr. You should jump off now before it changes you. There's a big ship following. They might help you. What? What do you mean? The song gets in your head, makes you happy, makes you want to stay. Okay, I'll jump, but you come with me. We can both escape. 4 minutes later, D3 disregards and returns to work. Note: was recovered by the SCP Sunderland approximately 20 minutes later and held for examination for a period of 6 weeks before being administered amnestics and returned to their family. Hey, at least you saved one. The D-Class saved somebody. That's impressive. Good thinking there. 15/12/2000. 6:13 p.m. Video feed shows that D3 no longer displays any signs of distress and now hums with the crew of SCP-2467. 18/12/2000. 8:05 a.m. -1 orders Smith and Chi to report to the refuse center. Video feed shows two heavily malnourished men, crew members known to be present prior to the abduction of D3, enter the lower deck. They are no longer seen at any point on D3's video feed or during observation by the SCP Sunderland. 26/12/2000. 11:19 a.m. -1 is heard to order the crew to deliver D3 to the flying bridge. Video feed confirms D3 is once again displaying severe distress and attempting to exit. SCP-2467 with exit SCP-2467 with haste. Crew of SCP-2467 show coordinated teamwork in D3's capture, apprehending her 3. Wait, so that's supposed to be like 3 minutes and 52 seconds after -1 was heard? I guess, yeah, must have been 4 minutes almost. Crew escorts D3 to the flying bridge, with the video feed showing the door swinging open autonomously. The second recorded instance of this occurring. Interior of the flying bridge is obscured by an intense blue-green light and seems to cause increased amounts of static and tracking errors as D3 approaches the doorway. Video feed cuts out as D3 is thrown bodily into the doorway at 11:23 p.m. 18/4/2012, 19 p.m. Video feed resumes showing total darkness until the camera abruptly emerges into a room, evidently out of a pipe on top of a pile of refuse to be dumped off at SCP-2467. Content of refuse includes scrap metal, empty oxygen tanks, broken tools, severed body parts of a torn D-class jumpsuit. Okay, stained with blood and other unidentified fluids. I was about to be like, oh, okay, it's just a suit, but then like it's stained with blood. I'm like, okay, never mind. Confirmed to be that worn by D3. Yeah. The camera lens also appears to be coated in the same material, staining the D-class jumpsuit. Sounds of distress echoes down the pipe, consistent with D3's voice, albeit heavily distorted. Okay. 10 minutes later, SCP-2467 crew members enters the room and manually places waste products into a fishing net, ties said fishing net closed, and pushes the net and its contents into a port in the floor. Video feed shows port leads to an opening into the stern of SCP-2467 and then the water. Waste, net, and camera were recovered by the SCP-S Sunderland at 12:45 p.m. Closing statement. Following review of the footage gathered and the DNA testing of the human remains recovered from SCP-2467, it was discovered that human remains contained within the waste collected did not belong to D3. Following this discovery, orders were given to collect any and all waste products dumped by SCP-2467 in an effort to determine how long it will take for D3 or her remains to be dumped by SCP-2467. Tooth, hair, and isolated skin fragments determined to belong to D3 were recovered on the 2nd, 5th, 2000 at 12:47 a.m. Research concluded that an as yet unknown process has caused D3 to undergo a form of cannibalism, breaking down tissue into liquid state. Lack of other remains suggests that the resulting materials was used for an unknown purpose on board SCP-2467. Yeah, we never know. We don't know what happens at the flying bridge. Be captured by pirates on a ghost ship. But don't worry, you'll quickly learn to have fun and even use other ships as crafting material. Your ship to be improved. There we go. Yeah, no, I would. The flying bridge, that's the dangerous part. If you get called there, I wonder what the criteria is. It's like, do it end up in there? Is it that you slack off? Is it that you're not one of the original people that they had, and they don't like that? Who knows?